What we've seen from the reading was someone around you who's working out the courage and trying to understand the situation better in order to come forward and tell you how they really feel. Someone who's so determined to do so that they're willing to give up all the other options around them. But there is some work here that needs to be done, although the potential for something beautiful in between the two of you, it's showing up. What we'll see from this reading is going to be more information about how they see you, what their long-term vision is with you, and more details about where the situation has the potential to lead you to. In between the first two cards, we see that the way they see you, the way they feel about you is very passionate and with a big obsession. Knight of Swords. This card, it is showing someone who's very focused on a specific idea, a specific person. And this person, this energy is willing to give up everything as we've seen because the way they feel, it's just too strong. And in automatic, they see all the obstacles that they have to get rid of around them in order to make this happen. And so we see why it's so easy to them to just give up all of this and focus on you only, because deep down, they don't have another option. The obsessive energy that comes from the Knight of Swords, it's something that it's really hard to control, because this card is showing someone who's so full of life and energy. There is no way to stop them, and they're blinded in front of potential obstacles. They don't care about them. They don't see the consequences. They just want to get straight to the point, straight to the thing that they want. So overall, we see definitely someone impulsive, but in a good way here, and for a good reason, because the way they see you, it is as though you were a beautiful queen that they have to conquer. Queen of Wands. We have here someone, you, that they see as a very determined person with high standards and with a lot of confidence. They are attracted to you 100%. They love the way you look, the way you move, the way you talk. Everything you do seems gold to them. And overall, they like you as a person. The way you react, the way you relate to other people. They see you as someone who has the potential to achieve so much because of your determination and the love that you always have around you and that you use to relate to everyone in any occasion. This card is showing someone who has a lot of positive energy, and they do love that about you. It's what it's making them so obsessed, and what it's giving them the strength to make bold moves and to really invest everything they have for the possibility of a future with you. In fact, we see that right here, what they're contemplating, trying to understand, and trying to fit into their long-term vision. It's something very important and very powerful to them. Seven of Pentacles. We see here someone who's starting to receive some results from past efforts. And this is the kind of effort that requires a lot of time, a lot of energy, but it's also something that we don't have full control over. We put the seeds into the ground, and then we hope that the earth will collaborate with us in order to make those seeds grow into what we want them to be. And so here we have someone who's aware of the fact that it's not everything in their control, but they want to do this so badly. And regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the fact that they don't have full control over it, they still do it. We see it here with the Knight of Swords. They don't care about those potential obstacles, which is again telling us how strongly they feel about you. There is no fear of failure, because the fear of not even giving a shot to this, it's much stronger, and it makes them feel much worse than they would feel in case of failure. And as we said earlier, this is someone very in tune with who they are and what they want. Judgment. In the past, this might have been someone who wasn't always straightforward and didn't always speak up about their feelings. But with the Judgment, we see someone who's reflecting on past actions. In other words, they don't want to do the same mistakes that they made before in this situation as well. The Judgment is showing us someone who's reflecting on past actions and who's having an awakening, who's being really honest to themselves. And the truth that we see here is that all of this validation here, it doesn't matter to them at the end of the day. What matters is that they want to be with you. And here we see that process that they're going through here, trying to be cautious, but this Knight of Swords energy is so strong that they go from being cautious to feeling as though they have to cross that door, they have to take the risk, although it's not easy. And the Judgment is someone who's also trying to plan, trying to understand what to do to make this situation successful. And as far as where the situation is going, I definitely see success and the two of you being together and really giving this relationship a chance. Death. This is someone who's ending something major to let something new come in instead. And what this is telling me is that the two of you will give up your current situation and your being single in order to be together. This is shedding your skin and letting a new you come up to the surface. Also showing us new life events and the creation of something brand new, something beautiful, putting the past behind you. And so, depending on your specific situation, this might be just telling us that this time of contemplation was also because maybe in the past you had to go through a lot of hard times. But here, you're willing to let that go and trust again. I don't see this as being a negative card, also because of the next one that we have, Ten of Wands. Usually the Ten of Wands can be seen as a heavy weight, something that it's heavy on our shoulders. But right here, given the context as well, what we see from this card is someone that went from the Ace of Wands, that spark, that first love, idea, and energy, and took it all the way up to the 10, which to me translates that this person or these two people involved got what they were searching for. Often when we reach a goal, when we see a dream come true, then there are responsibilities that come with it. And this could symbolize the commitment, being exclusive, taking care of each other. But we see all these flowers and this beautiful energy brought by the wands, that it's telling us that this really does have the potential to be beautiful and to be something that will make you happy and will make you stronger as partners and as lovers.